This lesson is on biconditional truth tables. So remember that a biconditional statement is true if and only if its conditional statement and converse are both true. So we're going to fill out a truth table here to kind of understand the rules for biconditional. So first of all, remember that P implies Q is true when, it's only false when it's true implies false. Every other time it's true. So for P implies Q, the only place that we have a true leading to a false is on the second row. So that means it'll go true, and then false, and then true, and then true. The only time it's false is when true leads to false. For the converse, now we're going the other way for the converse. We're doing Q implies P, so that means that we're going backwards. Where is there a true in the Q column that leads to a false in the P column? Well, that's only happening in this row right here. So this one would go true, true. It's false here because it's going from true to false. And then the last row is true. Now again, a biconditional is only true when both the conditional and the converse are true. So where is that happening? That's happening in the first row. That's hard to see. That's happening in the first row here, and that's happening in the last row there. So the rule for biconditional is going to be when P and Q are the same, when they're both true, when they're both true, it's true, and then when they're different, it's false. Okay, so the conditional, P implies Q, and its converse, Q implies P, are both true when both P and Q are either both true or both false. That means in the chart right here, when P and Q are both true, it's a true biconditional, and when P and Q are both false, it's a true biconditional. So a biconditional statement is true when P and Q are the same, and false when P and Q are different. Now we're going to practice that on a couple of truth tables here. So for the first one, we have it set up true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. Then we're doing the negation. So it'll go false, false, true, true. And then the negation of Q, false, true, false, true. Now we're looking for P or Q. So make sure you're looking back here at the original two columns. P or Q. Or is true when there's any true at all. So true or true is true. True or false is true. False or true is true. The only time that or is false is when there's two falses. And then for and, true and true is true, and everything else is false. And again, remember that we're looking at these two columns over here at the beginning. Okay, so remember that we were looking at P and Q at the beginning. Now we're doing P implies Q. P implies Q, remember, when it's true leading to false, that's false. That's the only time that it's false. So P implies Q, true to false is right there. That's your false one. Everything else is true. And then if and only if, we're going to look back at the first two columns here. And wherever we see the P and Q the same, we're going to make the biconditional true. That's happening here, and that's happening here. And then if they're different, we're going to make them false. So that's a false, and that's a false. Okay, so for the biconditional, if they're the same, it's true. If they're different, it's false. Okay, so you're going to finish the rest of these truth tables and then submit the completed notes to Schoology. And then the homework is actually a different worksheet. So these need to be done. Do these. And then submit to Schoology during class. The homework is not due until the next class period. Happy truth tabling. Just do your best on the last one.